We're just talking about being uncles, being
Yeah.
unks. You know what I'm saying? Being old,
Yeah.
and really we're in that like I guess sweet spot of being an unk where we're not like old, our knees don't hurt yet, but
Yeah.
the younger generation definitely looks at us as old as hell. So
For sure.
and we are old enough to have some life experience and some wisdom, and also we have old ass parents that have given us the I guess older generation wisdom and imparted that upon us. So
Yeah.
I we'll start here. I feel like it's weird that certain sports are looked at differently when you're playing them in your mid to late 20s versus others. Like we were talking about this earlier, but anybody could join a run club. Run clubs are the new dating apps, apparently.
Yeah, they
Everybody
are.
who's into fitness, they're meeting at run clubs or
Yeah.
the gym. Those things are perfectly socially acceptable. But somebody asked me what I do for fun or like a hobby, and I say basketball. They're like, oh, you ain't a little old for that? Like, huh? First of all, I'm 26. Why are you acting like I'm 39?
Yeah.
And even if I was 39,
It's like, damn, like
can we not just stay active? I enjoy doing it. It's like the
Yeah.
cardio that I enjoy.
exactly.
So like I don't know why it's like a big deal. Like some certain ones are looked at differently. Like everybody's now is playing tennis and pickleball. When did this become a trend? I hate that's my hot take. I hate that this has become a trend because all my friends that play basketball are starting to play tennis now, and we're
Damn.
losing. We're losing numbers. We're
Yeah.
dwindling. We're losing our roots, our heritage, our culture is being appropriated. They're getting good jobs and moving up tax brackets, and now all of a sudden they play sports that are less likely to get them beat up and injured. What's happening? You got to have something to keep you grounded, keep you closer to the street. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been in many life-threatening situations playing basketball, but the fact that the number isn't 0 is definitely not a good sign.
yeah.
But it also hasn't been for like some years since anything
Yeah.
like that's happened. It was literally only one time.
Yeah.
But I do understand that, like, I don't know what it is about basketball. I assume the same applies to football, but nobody just recreationally plays football unless
Yeah.
they're in a league. But like the competitive spirit always goes too far and somebody wants to fight.
Yeah.
Like that does, I guess, because it's like a physical sport as well. So maybe that plays a big factor. But
Yeah.
like you don't see that in golf or tennis or anything like that. Like any sport's supposed to be competitive, but
Yeah.
I feel like basketball a lot of the times, I don't know if it's just a cultural thing, but it often goes too far, and some people like end up arguing and fighting.
Yeah. I think a lot of that has to do with just the fact that it's a physical game.
Yeah.
Once it's physical, it's like people are literally stepping on your toes. They're bumping into you. There is no referee when we're just doing a 5-on-5 at the park or wherever. So it's very subjective. You're yelling for a foul, or you've let a foul go for like 5 straight possessions. Now you want to call it, and they're like, "No, I didn't touch you." I'd say piggybacking off of the whole, "Oh damn, like too old to play basketball." I think skateboarding is another recreational thing where, for whatever reason, people get flack for wanting to do it at an older age. And when I just think about a skateboarder outside of like Tony Hawk, I don't think about people in like their 30s skateboarding. Even people like our age skateboarding, it's kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, not that skateboarding is inherently a bad thing. It's just that like it's more of like a youthful sport.
Yeah.
Like people at the skate park, it's like a little kid with his helmet, his knee pads and stuff like that, just doing like a little twist or whatever. Obviously there's a risk factor in it, but there's a risk factor at any age though.
Yeah.
I know for sure in your 30s, like your joints aren't just going to allow you to do the same twist I used to as a kid, but I don't think that should stop you from just like going around, like skating around. But if you wore a helmet at 30 at the skate park, people are like, who is this guy?
I feel like scooters are in that same vein. Like,
if you ride a bicycle, it's fine,
you
but
could be
like
60 riding a bike, nobody's gonna bat an eye. But if they see you're 35 with a scooter, where'd you go wrong in life? Because electric scooters, nobody's gonna care. You have a regular like push to start scooter.
That's the thing. Before you continue, have scooters like been phased out? I haven't really seen people with scooters at all. I've only seen people with bikes
The
and
electric ones
skateboards now.
exist now. Everybody's
Exactly,
on
yeah.
those. I think you should have some kind of test or something to get those electric scooters because people be riding them like dickheads.
Yeah.
I remember in school when I was dorming on the college campus, we went to the campus inn to get our lunch. There's tables on each side of the, and there's a walk path down the middle.
Yeah.
And there would be a dude that left the cafeteria, got on his electric scooter, and he's doing 90 down the middle aisle.
That's crazy.
Almost murdering toes along the way.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't get a speeding ticket or anything by the campus police, but
Yeah.
Like people will be riding those crazy, especially when they get the expensive ones. They could go like 35 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You need to have some kind of license or some kind of accountability for that.
Yeah. Do you think that you can ever get phased out of a particular hobby given your age? Something like Foursquare or like dodgeball, stuff that you typically associate with kids, but it's like you still kind of want to play it in a non-competitive manner. You still want to go along with it.
I think you have to, just because it's just like the resources aren't there. Like there might just not be a big enough demographic of people for you to be able to find a controlled environment or a controlled version. Like the reason why everybody or all the old rich people play golf is because there's so many other golfers in the country clubs and whatnot. They have like a specific venue or a group or community where they can go do that in a safe environment. Like I feel like we need to have like country clubs for basketball where it's the 60 plus league, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to go to a park and risk getting your knees chopped off by a YN because you called a foul.
Yeah. Chopped off is that's crazy.
But real quick on basketball again, and this is like I'm passionate about basketball because it's the sport I love playing and watching, but there is a risk factor, and I think that's probably the main reason why people age out of it. Because especially, I have a friend that works in a manual labor job, like blue collar work.
Yeah.
And he actually got fired because he hurt his knee playing basketball.
Damn.
So like there is risk outside, and then injuries cost money. Like
they do.
Old, like you break an arm, like you're a kid, you don't care.
Yeah.
But like once you have to pay for the insurance and there's deductibles, and you have to actually take time off work to go to the doctor, even if you work an office job, you have to take time off work to go to the doctor's appointments, checkups, follow-ups. Like there's a lot of other costs associated with it. So if you putting yourself at risk is affecting other areas of your life.
A point you made about like, okay, being with associates who actually share the same passion that you do, who are actually around your age.
Yeah.
That's just, for the skateboarding thing, it's just, that'd be harder to find at a skating rink. You're going to see like a bunch of 16, even younger people skateboarding, and you're like the only 40-year-old there. It's just like out of place, and it's like, oh, get that number ready. Let's call
Everybody's looking at you like you're riding a tricycle.
Yeah, that kind of thing. It's not that there aren't risk factors for playing other sports, like even golf, like you can still hurt yourself, but it's less enough to the point where we can actually weigh that out and still go along with it than if you're skateboarding and have a bad fall.
Yeah.
You're cooked, especially in your 30s. Like that's not going to be the same thing. As a kid, like your piccolo, like you just kind of regenerate whatever limb that broke off, and it's like you're cool. But then it really feels like that when you're a kid. Bro, some gnarly falls when I was a kid. It's like, oh, you know, I just got back up and got along with my day. But like now you hurt your knee on something. That's like the joke that everyone says, like, damn, like once you get in your 30s, like you're experiencing that. I'm experiencing that kind of now. You hit your knee. Bro, yesterday, like I kind of tweaked my ankle a little bit. Bro, I covered my mouth. I was not much pain. I was like, yo... It's different.
You day to day now? You got the green symbol on 2K the plus?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're overall down 3 right now?
You're down 3, yeah. I'm just off the play now roster because like I'm injured. Do you think you can evolve your passion to the point where you can still pursue it, trying to mitigate the risk factors and like also being with people who are your age also interested in that?
Yeah, I think it's harder, definitely. I got lucky that I just have a group of guys that I hoop with that are all between my age and like 35. I think it's the Dragonfly. Yes, okay. I have a good group of guys that I can hoop with, and like we're all cool. We're not trying to injure anybody. Like if somebody's jumping for a layup, nobody's knocking somebody out the air. And they're all between my age and like 35. So like relatively young, but also old enough to be mature. And like most people are like married and have kids and stuff. So like I have a really good group of guys that I can play with, and I know that we're all going to be safe.
Yeah, good head on their shoulders for sure.
Yeah, but I guess another way, it's like not as community oriented, but like if you have like a backyard, you could get like a little hoop, or like in the front of the house in the yard. Like that's a way where you could just shoot around and still maybe not pursue it in the exact same way as you could when you were younger, but still participate in it somehow and be safer about it.
Is there anything that you'd want to transition to as you get older? Like would golf ever be in the conversation? You said you mock everyone playing tennis, but like is that in the cards for you as well?
I'm protesting tennis. I'm anti-tennis.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that I have a lot of friends, like I said, that were playing basketball that now are interested in tennis all of a sudden. You know what all right, this is why it pisses me off. This is why it makes me mad. because I know it's for the hoes. I have a friend because it's more like co-ed thing. You could like it is competitive and like athleticism stuff is involved, but like I feel like it's just more common for women to gravitate. I guess because it's a non-contact sport.
Yeah.
So like there's just more women playing. If you go to a training session, it might even be like more women or the same amount of women as men if you went to like a group session or something. So I know a lot of y'all are just being thirsty. Same shit with those run clubs.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all just being thirsty. You don't actually care about the sport. Basketball, we do it for the love of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not pure about it.
I mean, girls like ballers too.
Yeah, every once in a while.
They do.
Like it happens. I've definitely played.
But obviously, it's just like less likely that they got around like a 24-hour fitness game versus like
just a
LA
more
Fitness,
intimidating
whatever.
space for them. In like a 24-hour fitness basketball court than like playing tennis.
The thing is, for tennis, I'll run doubles with you if you're committed to it. The only thing is that we get smoked. It's not necessarily the intelligence factor of the whole thing. I think it's just more of like getting up to speed with the speed of the game because it can get really fast and like we have to be adjusted with the techniques and just serving in general. I think if we get the fundamentals down, like we could be a solid partnership. The only thing is that like again, like people are really advanced with this stuff. So there is a learning curve to it.
Bro,
I'd say
let's do ultimate frisbee, bro. Okay,
I think frisbee. I think that's a game that kind of ages well.
Yeah,
it does,
bro. At the park where I work out with Journey, my old roommate, he's like teaching me, training me with basketball every once in a while. And at the park that we work out at, there's a hill. At the top of the hill, there's a group of like a co-ed group playing ultimate frisbee, and they got penny jerseys and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like cool. Like it looks like a good time. And there's some young people like around my age and like early 20s, but then it's mostly like guys and women in their 30s and 40s, and they're playing ultimate frisbee. It looks fun as hell.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It'd be so fun for us just because we have ginormous wingspans.
I don't know who we is.
So
you are the freak with a 6'4"
you have a 6'4" wingspan. I have a 6'7" wingspan. So it's like together, like we could be danger. Like we'd be Kawhi and OG, like on the 2019 Raptors. Like we would do that. Like we would be nasty. Like
Masai Ujiri.
Yeah, that's his dream. That's his dream. The thing is, like, how well can you throw a frisbee? That's like the only thing. I haven't thrown a frisbee in a minute.
I used to be pretty decent.
Yeah,
I used to be pretty decent.
I don't think I've thrown a frisbee since like maybe college, if that.
It's probably been like 3-4 years for me.
Yeah,
we should do more stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Go to a park.
I agree with that.
Just throw a football around.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
have a good time with it.
Yeah.
So,
bro, but that's great. We're just inspired to do like things now. The whole summer I thought I was just gonna work and like whatever, but you know what? Yeah. We're gonna tennis. That's one.
No.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we just need to get back to our roots in the spirit of summer. Just do some childish stuff. Just have fun because there's a lot of things that we can do that are inexpensive. But I feel like society looks down upon it for older people. Like we've been saying, like you having a water balloon fight at 40, like if there's no kids involved, unless you're playing with your nephews or something, people are looking at you weird. Like, why can't we see a group of unks just having a water balloon?
Yeah, like why can't they enjoy life?
Why
though?
not?
I don't
know. What I'm saying? They can throw the balloons around.
Yeah, I don't know who's like the authoritative police who just phases it out for you. It's like if we want to do it, it's like we could. Again, provided you're not harming anyone else. Like I think it's fair game.
Yeah, it would be a great time.
I think that'd be a fun time. Yeah,
and like stuff like that is inexpensive. Like a pack of water balloons is like $5. In the spirit of being an unk, I've noticed I've become more curmudgeon-y. More not standoffish, but more prone to like not letting stuff bother me, but I guess being annoyed at certain people's behavior.
Yeah.
So Kyle, they sent me to the hood on this Dollar Tree run. This park we're at is like 3 tax brackets above that Dollar Tree I just went to. First of all, I'm trying to park and there's an old man who's walking 0.2 miles an hour across the thing. He's old, I get it, but like, bro, you couldn't have done that at any other angle. It had to be right in front of me. But I was like, all right, whatever. Like that, it's understandable. It's probably more convenient for him.
Yeah. So
let me not be a dickhead about that. So I park, walk into the Dollar Tree. There's this old woman yelling at another old woman, talking about where, I don't know what they're arguing about, but basically she's trying to prove her hoodness and the fact that she's about that life.
Oh.
And she starts name dropping relatives. I don't know what they had to do with this conversation. She said Regina Redacted. I'm not gonna say her last name, but you said you can ask her about me. I'm verified in the county district. Like, are you talking about your criminal record right now, man?
That's all the thing you want to flex.
What is happening?
Yeah.
And then I'm walking through the store. This is the most rundown dilapidated Dollar Tree I've seen in my life. Shelves barely have anything on it. It looks like during the pandemic when people were trying to get toilet paper, that's what it looks like in this Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
And it's just a regular Saturday. So I would assume they should have some stock. I'm trying to look for anything remotely nourishing that doesn't have 800 milligrams of sodium.
Yeah.
And because I haven't eaten anything, I'm just trying to find like a protein bar or something. They don't have anything close.
Damn.
So the closest thing I was able to find was like one of those BS Quaker Oats granola bars.
Yeah.
So I get that, and then I'm walking through the store. There's people yelling on the phone. This is another pet peeve of mine. This is how I know I'm getting old. When people are FaceTiming or yelling on the phone in public in grocery stores, that shit annoys me, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, why are you this loud?
Hey, bro, it's not just you. It's like, are you trying to assert dominance on the phone? It's like, why the hell are you yelling? Like, they can hear you. And not only that, you're making everyone in the store knowledgeable about the details of your conversation.
Yeah.
Details that you don't want going out to just the public in general. So, like, I don't know why you're yelling on the phone.
Yeah. I feel like because of the way our generation grew up, we're just more progressive in general. So I feel like we're going to be more likely to adapt and learn as time goes on than generations past.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole idea of just being set in your ways and being stuck a certain way or having a certain mindset your whole life is kind of like fading away.
I agree
Like
with
even
that.
now, like people that we consider to be older in like their 40s and 50s, like a lot of them are still becoming more progressive and actually
I agree with that.
learning and adapting to the current culture.
Yeah.
Like obviously our parents don't fit in that camp,
Yeah.
but a lot of people that are a bit younger than them are still even they are becoming more progressive and understanding of younger generations and the social climate.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's just random as hell, but like I was just randomly thinking of the Spurs when we said Unk. Because I was thinking like De'Aaron Fox is kind of the elder statesman. Everyone's on his De'Aaron Fox hate right now, but he's kind of the elder statesman of that rotation because like Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Wemby, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagny, like all those guys are like 25 or below.
Yeah.
At 28, De'Aaron Fox is like the elder statesman unk of the group, where it's like 28 isn't old by any stretch of the imagination. But I think the reason I'm referencing that is that it's cool that having that level of respect among the youth.
Yeah. I definitely find it endearing when I hear younger people like looking to me for insight or advice. Mostly because like that's like I enjoy like being able to try to help out in that way, and that's something that I've looked for. I've looked for some sort of guidance or like a mentor in some way for a lot of my life. So that's definitely something that I like want to take on more of and maybe do some potential like mentorship in the future.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
Nah.
But how do you feel like you've navigated that? Because I know you do a lot of work with the youth in the church, right? So like, how do you feel like you've navigated that coming from the, I guess, kind of the opposite end of the spectrum? We have like very authoritarian parents that like you listen to what I say and that basically just follows the rules to the T. And like now people are looking to you for guidance. So like now that you are that authoritative figure in a sense, how do you like, I guess, go about handling that responsibility?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I would say that you obviously can't take on the approach of your parents because at the end of the day, you're obviously literally not their parents. And on top of everything, these guys aren't obligated to be there. If they didn't want to be in the youth program, they can just drop out of it, or just their families could just not come to church and they wouldn't be there. They're kind of voluntarily saying, okay, we want to be a part of something that's bigger than ourselves, whether that be volunteering at a certain place or performing a song or just leading anything within the church. They are the next generation of people who are going to be the faces of the church, and therefore they have to build the right habits and buy into what we're trying to put out for them in order to achieve that. We are not extremely old, but we are still not their generation. They're the time of like growing up with iPads and like phones at age 10. That wasn't our generation. However, like that is the reality of the kids nowadays. So you kind of have to understand what the climate is, understand what the upbringing is, and you have to act accordingly. Where I have to be a friend to them, but not to the point where they walk all over me or treat me as like an age mate. Has to be a point where like there's appropriate respect. But at the end of the day, I have to respect them as well. Just reciprocate that because again, they're not obligated to be there. And also we're all trying to buy in for something bigger. That goes for any team setting. Like everyone has to buy in. The coach has to buy in. with the coaching
100%.
staff, the athletic trainers, even the guy who brings our jerseys. And I think a parent should adapt that too. I'm not a parent, but I think in general parents should just be
Yeah.
more, even more so than in the past, listen to what their kids are, because there's so many influences today
Yeah.
on social media.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll leave it with this. Go be an unk. Go to a young person. Give some unsolicited advice and be persistent, even if they're uncomfortable. Be an
Yeah.
unk.
And also, tennis, pickleball are the way.
Fuck tennis.
Yeah.